So today sees the release of Joe Satriani's new album, Black Swans and Wormhole Wizards. So I thought we'd look at the riff from Light Years Away, which is the first single from the album. And before we actually start playing the riff, I need to make sure we're in tune. So for this song, Satch is tuned down a half step. So what I've got here is an E flat, and an A flat, and a D flat, and a G flat, B flat, and an E flat in the top. Now, like a lot of riffs, this one starts off with a kind of slide up and down the neck. What I'm going to be doing here is, I've mentioned this quite a lot of the times, you don't really need to worry about too much of the accuracy of this. It's more of the vibe, the attitude of it. And what we're going to be doing is primarily taking our first finger and sliding from the 2nd fret area all the way up to the top of the neck and back down again. The way to think about the rhythm of it is a quick slide up and then back down, so it's like that. So if I play it, it goes again without pushing the string off the neck. That kind of idea. So you don't have to worry too much about it. It's not as if Satch is explicitly thinking, "Oh, I must have to, hit the 21st fret here or whatever." Now the riff itself is all based around F sharp pentatonic minor kind of idea. Now what we have is this really cool first riff, which sounds like this. Okay. Now what I'm playing here is I'm going to be playing a lot of even 16ths. Now this is another riff that has a slight swing feel to it. So if we've got 4/16ths to the beat, 1 E and a. Doesn't sound like that, you've got a slight swing to it, so it's like a shorter up. If you're doing it with alternate picking, down, up, it kind of goes. So you've got a shorter up and a longer down on your pick strokes. Now what we're going to be doing is a little group of 8 notes that sounds like this. Now what I'm playing here is 4/2, 4/2 on the E string with the 3rd to 1st fingers. So it goes 4/2, 4/2. Then I play a group of 4 notes. My first finger's still at the 2nd fret, so I kind of bar, or you can move the 1st finger if you want, but I kind of bar it with the 1st finger here. I play 2nd fret the A string, and I go to 4th fret the E string, and then 2nd fret E string, then I play 4th fret of the E string again. So that's my little group of 8 notes. If you're keeping your strict alternate picking there, it's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And that last 8th note there, the 8th of those group of 8 notes, is tied to the next group of those 8 notes. So the way to think about it, if you put 2 together, it sounds like this. Okay. And what we're kind of doing is, best way to think about it is we're doing 3 of them chained together. So when you have 3 chained together, it sounds like this. Okay, so you're putting emphasis on that 2nd fret of the A string with the downstroke there, and with the upstroke on the 3rd finger, the 4th fret of the E string there, where you're kind of joining. You can see in the tab, you've got a tie across those beats there. Now the last thing, once we've done our 3rd one of these, I have 2, 4, then 2 on the E string, and that's a tie there, so it kind of goes. And in the last 3/16ths of the whole riff, I do up, down, up on that 2nd fret on the E string. So if I was to play the last, that little 8 note group, that's our riff, plus the end bit of the 2nd bar, it sounds like this. Okay, so when you put the whole thing together, it sounds like this. Okay, and then when you get up to kind of the faster speed, now when you're beginning to speed this up, you can look at and analyze the detail of the rhythm, but it's best of all with these things, you can use your ear and listen to where the kind of the beat is. The tab's really there for the detail if you want to get in and make sure you're not making any mistakes. But when you speed it up, it sounds like this. The next riff sounds like this. And what we're doing here is we're kind of moved up 2 frets from our second position, and I'm going to play lots of little double stop ideas. So the first pair of notes sounds like this, or first 2 rhythms. What I'm doing here is I'm barring the A and D strings at the 4th fret with the first finger. And when I'm hammering here, I'm going to hammer with my 3rd and 4th finger to the 6th fret of the A and D strings. If you want, you could try that with the bar of the 3rd finger. I find it a little bit easier with my 3rd and 4th fingers. So that's our first 2 notes. Then I go up to the D and G strings and bar at the 4th fret there with the first finger. Then from here, I kind of mirror what I did in the A and D strings. My 3rd and 4th finger play 6th fret of the D and G strings. And in the last pair of notes, I go 6 to 4 on those 2 strings. Little double stops. So that first half of that riff sounds like this. And just before the end of the bar, you hit that first finger, 4th fret, D and G strings one more time. Kind of the and of beat 4. So it kind of goes. The picking wise, you can do various things here. I was doing downstrokes there. It's a lot of bunches of a 16th note, then an 8th note, and a 16th tied together. And if you're using strict alternate picking like that would be a down, up, up. So you could, if you want, you know, because you've got a hammer here, you could play in with that. Do all those kind of double stops in the D and G strings with upstrokes. Whatever kind of works for you. The second half of that riff sounds like this. And what I'm doing here is I'm now going to hammer 4 to 6 again, barring across the A and D strings at the 4th fret. Hammer with the 3rd and 4th fingers of the 6th fret, just like the first half of the riff. Then what I do is I hit that again. So I go 4, 6, hit 6, go back to 4, then hit 6 again. And after I've done that, my thumb now comes and plays 4th fret the E string, and I hit that with a down up. And my first finger bars the D and G strings at the 4th fret. And then I hit the E string with the thumb twice again. So it kind of goes a little bit slower. It keeps, you know, if you think about it, your hands constantly doing this kind of swing 16th kind of feel. You know, you don't have to be too strict with it. Once you get into the kind of groove of it, you know, that kind of. You know, you can play around with it. So if I slow down a little bit, the second riff sounds like this.